Gemini rising, here is your February 2024 astrology outlook. Topics this month, we're going to be discussing other lunations, the sun, our personal planets being Mars, Venus and Mercury, the transits they're making, the houses and how they are affecting you. Onto the lunations. For you, Gemini rising on February 9, there is a new moon, and this is in Aquarius, which is your 9th house. You could be really inspired and starting something new in regards to international foreign correspondence or travel. Something is really inspiring you and feels organic and in line with your philosophy or beliefs in life. There could also be new beginnings in relationships and connections with people on an international level. If you are involved at all in wanting to start some sort of legal procedure, something that you know needs to be finalised or cleared up, this is where you might be signing on the dotted line and getting the paperwork going at the time of February 9. On February 24, there is a full moon in Virgo, and this is occurring in your 4th house. So full moons are the points of the month where the moon is lit up and it's so light and so bright, it's very hard to hide behind. So something's illuminated in your 4th house, Gemini's rising. Is there possibly a real estate deal or something to do with the actual physical home that is lit up now for you to feel you're either emotionally connected to it or you're not? You might want to purify, cleanse and clear something in the home or something to do with family or real estate at the time of this full moon. My only almost advice is just advice. Full moons in Virgos can be hypercritical, detail oriented and very sharp. So if you are feeling like you want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, just take a second here, because it's going to affect your foundations in the future, as it is your 4th house of stability. The sun, Gemini rising, for you has been transiting in Aquarius, your 9th house, and continues to do so as we move into the month of February. So again, we're talking about those 9th house topics of, being lit up for you. Are you looking at different philosophies on life? Are there different cultures or international places that you are really enjoying or highlighted at this time? And on the 18th of February, we've got a change where the sun is ingressing into Pisces, your 10th house. And this is important for you because it's lighting up the 10th house, which is a very public space for you, Gemini rising. We have a lot of illumination and clarity here in regards to those 10th house topics, which is all about our status, how we're known and seen in the world, how we are viewed in a public space. Our career and employment is lit up here. So when this is occurring for 4 weeks, this is what you're concentrated on, where you're putting a lot of time and effort into building a career or wanting to change something in your career or something not really feeling in line or in flow with you. And that is because Saturn and Neptune are currently transiting Pisces as well. So there may be the old versus the new energy that you might be feeling for the next 4 weeks, or coming up against authority figures that feel like they're blocking you or anchoring you and you want to release yourself, or just feeling confused or disillusioned about what it is that you actually want to do in regards to a significant marriage or relationship, a workplace situation, or even how you're known or seen in the world. Gemini rising, your ruling planet Mercury is on the move this month, and Mercury is the first of the personal planets, being Mercury, Venus and Mars, that is going to conjunct Pluto, that has just ingressed into Aquarius, which is your 9th house for a 20-year stay, that Pluto. Mercury's been transiting in Capricorn, your 8th house of other people's resources, your house of investments, savings, how you're connected with other people in regards to banking, personal agreements, with financial documents, etc. And this might have been what you've been dealing with or thinking about for the last few weeks. And on the 5th, there's a significant change. So your ruling planet is going to be redirected. This means your attention, your mental landscape is changing and adapting to a new environment, that ninth house. So when we have the Mercury conjunct Pluto on the 5th of February, this is a reset of the synodic cycle between Mercury and Pluto. The planet Mercury, your planet, is all about adaptability, change, mental stimulation. You're stimulated by information. So when it's conjuncting that Pluto, which is all about death, rebirth, power, and significant change happening in that ninth house, this is where you're aware that things might be changing up for you, or you're redirected in a different space or even an environment regarding international or foreign correspondence with people, higher education. Your philosophies and beliefs on life could be changing or going through a transition. This may be a moment where you possibly involved with some sort of legal situation, or there could be contracts or documents involving legalities that might be needing a change or starting now. Starting so you can finish up things that have been on your mind for some time in regards to those 8th house topics. On the 10th of February, Mercury is squaring Jupiter in Taurus, and Taurus is your 12th house. So when we have Mercury squaring Jupiter on the 10th, this is where we have a moment of contention. You may be pulled back into those 12th house topics, being the past, vices, self-undoing, hidden enemies could be jarring you, or people could be annoying you or interrupting your space. And this is just a temporary transit, so take it easy. It's just simply saying there's something from the past that you need to be aware of that is taking your attention or direction away from learning or educating yourself or enjoying those higher philosophies and beliefs about life. Something could be happening to transmute or change that. On the 16th, we see your ruling planet squaring Uranus in Taurus, your 12th house. So this is where we have some abrupt change or potentially some light bulb moments on how to get out of that square feeling in regards to the past affecting your future trajectory. You could be getting quite creative here, or there could be some releases from the past that set you on a nice new path that feels more like it's a necessary evil, something clearing up so you can move forward in regards to those ninth house topics. Our personal planet Venus, for you, Gemini rising, this is all about your 8th house topics at the moment. Again, contracts, interactions with other people in regards to finances, even resources, things that give us a sense of wealth. We're drawing on experience here from others or financials from others that are beneficial to us. Venus rules all of us, our values and our self-worth, how we measure up or perceptions of measuring up against others. So this is what's been highlighted for you. So exchanges with finances with other people, legal documents being really highlighted here, or documentation in regards to finances or resources here. And on the 7th of February, Venus is going to trine Uranus and Taurus, your 12th house. So on the 7th, being a trine aspect, this looks great for a breakthrough, a significant change from the past that sets you free or gives you some sort of release. You could be ending a debt or a collaboration with someone that's been quite anchoring for some time. Something's changing here that's beneficial to you. On the 13th, Venus is sextiling Neptune in Pisces, your 10th house of career and public image. So when we have a sextile aspect here, this looks great for creative breakthroughs, or you're valued, or you're now being looked at differently in regards to how you're creative in the workplace or what you do on the world stage. On the 16th, Venus is making a significant shift, as all the personal planets are this month. We've got Venus ingressing into Aquarius, your ninth house. And as Mercury did, it's conjuncting Pluto, setting off a new synodic cycle between Venus and Pluto. So again, this Aquarius house is lit up because it's a 20-year transit for you, Gemini rising. So things are very much transforming and changing in a very powerful way regarding those ninth house topics. And when we have Venus conjuncting Pluto on the 16th as she ingresses into this Aquarius ninth house, this looks like a new set of values and beliefs regarding your philosophies on life, investing and collaborating and building new relationships and friendships and helpful alliances that are going to broaden your horizons in international, foreign correspondences, cultures. Even there could be some quite lucrative legal situations that are beneficial to you. There may be a lot of power resulting from your sense of self-worth and value that's being changed in a very dynamic way that is going to propel you in a really nice direction regarding those ninth house topics. This looks fantastic for finances, really blossoming if you've been thinking of relocating overseas or building up your higher education. There could be a return in the next 20 years from you committing to a new form of employment that's going to transcend your sense of self-worth and value, but money and friendships and relationships are also going to be bountiful and plentiful for you, Gemini rising. On the 22nd, Venus is conjuncting Mars in Aquarius, your ninth house. So the two cosmic lovers, Venus and Mars, coming together in a conjunction in your ninth house. This looks auspicious for a balancing of your feminine side and your masculine side in regards to ninth house significations. What is it that needs to be brought back into harmony regarding your drive, vitality, and inspiration and vision for the future? Is it in line with your self-worth and values? Do you have the finances that you need to take you in the direction that you know you feel you organically need to go regarding moving overseas or academia, legalities, philosophies on life? This is a beautiful moment on the 22nd to take stock of what is in harmony, and if there isn't, something needs to recalibrate, and this is the moment where you may be very aware. On the 22nd, it's a profound day. On the 24th, only 2 days later, Venus is squaring Jupiter in Taurus, your 12th house. Something from the past could be holding you back, or there could be a contention here on this date. So is there a big debt, a relationship or a friendship that is in contention? There's a jarring aspect here, but it's a passing transit. So, but forewarned is forearmed. That's I believe we're all here is to have a look at the future and how we can be aware of significant days that may impact us quite profoundly. And Venus, all about our self-worth and self-value in that square aspect on the 24th, looks very much like biting off too much, our eyes being too big for our belly. We need to rein something in here, or people or connections or contracts might need to be looked at here that are anchoring or possibly jarring you. Our other personal planet being Mars. This planet associated with drive, action, impulsiveness, impetuousness, bravery, and courage has been transiting in Capricorn, your 8th house, and continues to do so. Now, Mars in your 8th house can see you being very frustrated or feeling like you want to break through or change something in regards to how you are connected with other people, with resources, money, even ancestry and contracts and legalities, financial agreements with institutions. You may have felt a struggle or felt like the power dynamics have been difficult for you to accept, and you might need to change something up here. So if there's been some conflict, I wouldn't be surprised when Mars is transiting in your 8th house here. On the 7th, Mars is in Capricorn, sextiling that Neptune in Pisces, your 10th house. So this looks like, and a sextile is a more beneficial aspect. So when we have a sextile from your 8th to your 10th, this could see a real determination to get creative or change something up in regards to your career, how you're seen in the world, your public image, and how it's going to affect your resources, or even how you're connected with them on a financial level or with other people. So this looks great for getting creative and being acknowledged for your bravery and your determination to see things through. You're the person that people call on to get the job done. So when it's sextiling Neptune in your 10th house, this Mars looks great for creative breakthroughs, or just feeling like you are getting your aspirations met, or at least seen and acknowledged. On the 13th, Mars is ingressing into Aquarius. So here comes Mars now conjuncting that Pluto in Aquarius, your 9th house. A new synodic cycle, a new reset for Mars and Pluto. Now, Mars is a very dynamic, action-oriented planet, and Pluto associated with the slow burn, the slow grind of transformation and change, things that need to die off so something new can be rebirthed. So think of those two planets starting a new cycle. We may be fired up on all cylinders in regards to what we'd like to move towards with those 9th house topics, but there is also a slow grind necessary, and sheer grit and power is needed. You're on call here to look at the long term, look at the future with inspiration, but know that things aren't going to be quite speedy or very much like a feeling of it's happening now. So just know this is a slow burn when we have this conjunction, but it's determination that could be changing, and something really profound is happening here on the 13th for you, Gemini rising. So whatever that is for you, know that there is going to be significant change going on in regards to power dynamics with those 9th house topics. On the 27th, Mars is squaring Jupiter in Taurus in your 12th house. So a Mars-Jupiter square is interesting. Jupiter is associated with unity in a very blanket explanation. We are unified through growth and expansion in our philosophies and beliefs on life. With that good luck signification of Jupiter is fantastic. But when Mars is squaring those explanations of the planet Jupiter, this is where we can be feeling stuck. Things aren't breaking through. We're in conflict with something here. So you're very aware that you're ready to go, but something from the past is anchoring you or holding you back. Do you need to release things so they're not so overwhelming for you? Are there too many dreams and aspirations? Is there too many vices? Is there too much distraction that's holding you back from moving in a different trajectory that you know you should be going in regards to those 9th house topics? Cosmic Girl 101 signing off now, Gemini rising. I hope you have a blessed February of 2024, and I will see you next month.